Hey guys, today that you are seeing this is Thursday, and on Thursdays I do the Bible study. I usually have something else before the Bible study, but I'm not going to have anything else today. Let me turn this bright light off. Maybe it'll even out a little bit better. Anyway, I'm not going to have anything before the Bible study today because I went to the dentist this morning. As you guys know, I had a dentist appointment, and I drove myself. I have not been driving much at all. I don't like driving much at all because sometimes my leg will go numb. It's my left leg, so I can drive without fear of scaring myself or not being able to use the gas or brake. But it sometimes, like, my brain kind of freaks out a little bit, I guess. And I don't know how I would be if I did drive and it happened. It has not happened when I drove, but I've been not driving because of my leg going numb. So I decided I would go ahead and drive this morning because Jeff had to go to work and I didn't want him to have to take another day off because he's already going to be off 3 days for this week for my surgery, and I just didn't want to get Noah up that early in the morning and make him have to drive me down there and all that stuff. He would have done it no problem. He gets up anyway, but I just didn't want him to have to do all that stuff because he did work really hard yesterday on sanding the sheetrock and everything, all the mud spots that were dry, and that's a tiring job. He didn't just do that, he did other things as well. So I just decided I would just drive myself today, and everything was fine. But I did learn something very important. Y'all know I've told you before I'm a little bit road ragey, that I get annoyed at people whenever they're, you know, not driving right, whenever they're putting others in danger and things like that. It didn't happen at all down there. It only happened here. And I believe it's because the people in this city are ridiculous. And today I went to Walmart to get the things that they did not, like the things that got messed up and the things they didn't have the other day. I didn't do a haul. I'm not going to do a haul with you guys because it was just a couple things. But I went by there, but I didn't go to the one in this town. And even in that town, I didn't feel the anger, the annoyance. Not really anger, but annoyance. So, it's the city. People don't want to drive right here. So, yeah, there's my thing today to tell you. But, for that part, my confession. Not really. But anyway, I don't know about you guys, but after I have something done, I feel better when I come home and shower. Like, take a warm shower, like if I have dental work done. Having that warm water run across my mouth or my face feels better, and it makes the numbness go away faster, it seems to me. So I went ahead and showered because I'm not doing anything else today because I'm supposed to take it easy for the rest of the day, other than I am washing 2 loads of clothes. That's not a big deal though to me. Jeff did the dishes before he left. He unloaded and reloaded the dishwasher, and there were a few hand wash things he did that needed done. So he did that before he left for work, which was really nice. And so I'm not doing really anything today to prep for my surgery or anything like that. We're eating something that I bought from Walmart. I bought a frozen lasagna, which I have not bought in a very long time. But I bought one of those, and that's what we're going to have for supper tonight. And then Jeff will have plenty for work tomorrow night and all that stuff. But yeah, I went ahead and took me a quick shower just to help me feel better before I recorded this. So that's why you see me in a towel and my pajamas. I was not wearing pajamas to the dentist. But I did that, and I do feel better after my shower. So let's get to the Bible study. If you've been around, you know we've been doing the Bible in 52 weeks for much longer than 52 weeks because I missed quite a bit. But that's okay. We're going to get it done. It'll be fine. We're on week 37. Even though we're supposed to be done. But that's okay, like I said. We were supposed to read Acts 22 through 28 and Jeremiah 1 through 15. And it's called You Will Make It. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all about the dentist too before I got started. Let me do that real quick. Okay. So I got down there and they got me in. It took quite a while to do the procedure. Okay, he was going to try to just do a filling, but it was too bad. He wanted to just do a filling because it would have been less work. Like, he had allotted himself plenty of time to do a root canal, but so it will be less trauma on me. He was going to try to just do a filling, and so it will be, you know, less trauma on the tooth. Since he could not do that, since he had to do a root canal, he is going to have to do a crown. That's okay. I knew that was going to happen. I already knew that. And actually, I can touch that tooth with my tongue now, and my mouth is completely awake. There's no numbness anymore. I can touch that tooth with my tongue. It does not hurt, other than it's sore, of course. But this morning, if I touched it, it was bad. It would hurt really bad. So, it's already helping. Now, I do have soreness in my mouth. That's normal. It might be a little swollen. I don't know. I did have to have my mouth open for 2 hours and everything, but I really like that dentist office. Both hygienists I've talked to and the dentist are really nice. They're funny. They're fun. They're just really good people, it seems. And I know this is my only first experience with him, but it was really good, I think, for a dental procedure. And he actually answered questions that I had already asked my other dentist and that he would never answer. He answered questions today that I've been trying to get answers to for 2 years. So that made me feel really good. Like, I have a spot down here. I'm going to show y'all. It's maybe TMI, but I have a spot down here, right there. Y'all might have seen it when I was putting on lipstick or talking or something before. And he said what it is. I couldn't ever get an answer about it and what to do about it. He said what it is it's scar tissue where that most likely when I was numb at some point, I probably bit it. And he could easily, like, get rid of it for me, but there's a very large likelihood that it would come back, and it might come back bigger. So he said if it was him, he'd just leave it alone. It's going to be irritating, but at least it won't be bigger. I said, I agree. And it doesn't hurt. It's weird. You know, it's there and it's weird. And also, I had a question about a tooth that I had a root canal done on, and that's discolored now. And he told me why that happens. He's going to fix that for me. And there's also a spot on a tooth that it's not decay or anything like that. It's just a dot. And he said it's where that looks like to him. He's going to have to do an x-ray to make sure, which I'll tell you about that in a moment. It looks like to him it's where that they did a filling, but they didn't color it properly. But it's not anything like decay or any problems. It's just cosmetic, from what he can tell without doing an x-ray. But what he wants me to do is after my surgery, because he actually asked me about my surgery, and I had never spoken to him before until today. He asked me about my surgery before anything else. He said, you're having your surgery Wednesday, right? I said, yes, I'm Wednesday. Oh no, he thought it was Thursday. Or maybe the hygienist thought it was Thursday. Either way, it doesn't matter. He knew I was having surgery this week. And I said, no, it's Wednesday anyway. So he asked me about that, and he then before I left, he said he hopes everything goes well with it. But he said after my surgery and after I get everything, like after I'm okayed to do things, he wants me to come in and get a thorough cleaning, because y'all, I have not felt like my teeth were properly cleaned in 2 years. Since my hygienist left up here, I have not felt like they were properly cleaned. But anyway, he wants me to get a thorough cleaning and to get proper x-rays, and then he wants to assess my mouth to see what else might be messed up that shouldn't be. And he showed me on x-ray. There's no way it could be denied that there was a problem with that tooth. Well, other than I knew it was a problem, it hurt. But he could show me. So he is one of those dentists that shows you the proof. Hey, this is what's wrong. you want to do something about it or you want to leave it, it's up to you, you know, that kind of thing. He's not going to pressure you, it seems like. And I know that the sister that told me about him, if she likes him, he's got to be somebody that's pretty good, because she is super duper picky. But yeah, I liked him. It was a good experience. I am sore. That is one reason why I'm not doing anything else. And I didn't really, when I got home, I wanted to get in the shower. That's why I didn't share the grocery haul with y'all. I went ahead and just put up the cold stuff, and which was bologna, because y'all know that they didn't give Jeff all his bologna. But anyway, let's get to the Bible study. I do feel better. After my shower, I feel like, you know, I feel better physically. I already felt better, okay, mentally. That was no mental problem. It was just, I don't know. It's like a shower revives me or rejuvenates me, or what is the word? I don't know, but it makes me feel better, and that's all that matters. So let's go ahead and do this. In Acts 27, we find the story of Paul's journey in a ship and how the Lord strategically maneuvered a terrible storm to work for Paul's good. Paul had been arrested for preaching the gospel and was being taken across the Mediterranean to stand trial in Rome. The journey by sea was difficult, and Paul tried to convince his captors not to keep sailing, but they didn't listen. A storm hit and got worse and worse for 3 days, to the point that the people on the ship began throwing cargo overboard to lighten the load. The other prisoners and soldiers began to fear for their lives, but Paul shared with them a word from the Lord. He told them an angel had appeared to him and told him not to be afraid. Do y'all know that do not be afraid is in the Bible at least 365 times? At least. That's one time for each day of the year. That's just something I heard before. I thought I'd share. Anyway, because he and everyone sailing with him would make it to their destination. He told them to take courage because he trusted God to do what he said. I'm sure it was difficult for them to trust the word of a prisoner, but at that point, what choice did they have? After being tossed to and fro for 14 days, they were finally shipwrecked, and parts of the ship began to break up in the water. The soldiers considered killing the prisoners so they couldn't escape, but Paul let them know that if they did that, they themselves wouldn't survive. You see, Paul knew the grace that was over his life. He knew that as long as he was on board, they would all make it to safety, because the Lord had told him they would. So the officer told everybody who could swim to go ahead and swim for it, while everybody else was to find a plank or a other piece of wood to help them float to safety. Maybe there have been times when you've experienced a shipwreck in your life. I'm sure there have been times when you felt like you would drown under all the pressure, but you're still here. Maybe you didn't have the strength to swim, but you still made it to shore on those broken pieces of the ship. The fact is that what you thought would take you under has been the very thing to get you where you are right now. That shipwreck was terrifying, but it brought you to your destined place. You survived it all, and you made it to the other side because of the promise that's over your life. Maybe you've been through a storm, or in the midst of a storm, or you're getting ready to go through a storm. Whatever the case, you will make it. You will make it because of the one who watches over your life. You will survive. And that's why that this is called, this chapter is, this devotion is called You Will Make It. I'm pretty sure that all of us have been through storms, been through things in our lives that we thought we're not going to make it. It's just not going to work out. I can't see an end. I can't see how this is going to work. But really doesn't matter what we see, as long as we have faith in God. As long as we have trust that He is going to see us through. What we're seeing visually doesn't matter. Like, I could say that, you know, I could have said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got too much going on. I've got to get my tooth fixed, and then I've got to have surgery and all this stuff. And I could have been really down. I could have been really bad. And I could have let it all get to me and gotten depressed and things like that. But instead, I've tried to have faith. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something that happened last night. And I didn't expect it to happen. Last night, after Jeff and I got into bed, we were talking and just kind of joking around and stuff, and then all of a sudden I started crying. And I don't know why. I still don't really know why. But he asked me, he said, why are you crying? What's wrong? And I told him, like, the thing that came out of my mouth was like a little girl. I said, I've got to have horrible stuff done to my body this week. And it's like all the fear came in at that one point, and it has not been there until last night. And then it all just hit me at one time, and it wasn't like I was scared, but it was like everything came to the point of, this is happening. It wasn't, I'm preparing for this to happen. It was, this is happening. It starts tomorrow. Because a root canal is no fun at all. Surgery is no fun at all. And all these things had to happen this week. The dog is barking. I don't know why. But anyway, I'll be right back. Okay. Noah was letting the dogs out. Anyway, I told Jeff, you know, they're gonna do bad things to my body this week. You know, I don't know. That's what came out of my mouth. And then he said, yeah, but why are you crying? I said, I don't know. I guess I'm scared. But I don't feel like I'm scared. But that's what came out of my mouth. So maybe that is what I was feeling. I don't know. I cried for a few minutes and then I was fine. I don't know why it happened. Maybe I needed the release. Maybe it was just an overwhelming moment. Maybe it was just something that had to happen. I don't know. But then after that, I laid there and I analyzed it, and I didn't sleep well because I was analyzing why. Am I really scared? What's going on? I don't feel fearful. What's happening to me? You know, that kind of thing. Who knows? It could be hormones. But anyway, this morning I got up and I went and did all the things that I needed to do with my mouth, which I left this morning. I didn't get home until later this afternoon because it took so long to do everything, driving there and back and all. But I had that moment of the fear that I didn't even realize was going to happen. And then I was fine. Because I know who's got me. I know who is taking care of me. And I'm okay. But it happened. And I was like, why is this happening? What's going on here? I don't understand this. It confused me, and it really confused Jeff, because I've been pretty strong through all this. I've been okay. I've been like, well, let's just get this, and this done. And I think maybe it was because I had been prepping for so many things for so long to get ready for the surgery, and then now it's happening, you know. Which I know by the time you see this, the surgery will be done, and everything. And, of course, check the community tab if you have not already, because I'm planning on giving updates, and I plan on filming if I can after the surgery. But sometimes that fear, just like the soldiers, it comes in and you think about things, but then hopefully you do the right thing. You keep your faith because of the one who is watching over you. You keep your faith because of the one who is taking care of everything you need. And I have great trust in God, and I know He's going to take care of me, just like He took care of me today. That was actually not a bad experience, having a root canal done. It wasn't terrible. So it was like, you know, I know who has me. I know whose hands I'm in. So I just want to encourage you today to remember, you're going to make it. It's going to be okay. You're going to go through a lot of storms, but it's going to be okay. Before it's over with, you'll be fine. So I want to go ahead and tell you the scriptures for next week, and tell you the title of it is God Kept Me. Jeremiah 16 through 37. I will put that on the screen. Jeremiah 16 through 37, and I should have it down in the description box as well. If I forget to put it either of those places, please remind me. Which I did just say it, but still, you might want to see it visually. I have a better, you know, I can do things better if it's visual. Like, that's why I write things down so much. But that is all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that I updated you properly on my tooth situation. It feels better. It's going to be sore, I'll be fine. I will have to have a crown put on though, because you know, that's part of it sometimes. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I don't really know what I'm doing tomorrow because I don't have any more prep to do for surgery. And then my surgery's the next day, which, like I said, by the time you see this, it'll be over and all that stuff. So look for the community tab, or look at the community tab. I'm going to update as often as I can. So I'll see y'all next time. Thank you again. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload. Share with a friend if you'd like to. And most importantly, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. If you have a prayer request, leave that down there as well. I will pray for you. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.